Let's talk some Georgia Bulldog recruiting. The number 5 ranked class in the country got a big boost last night. DB Justice Fitzpatrick committed. Number 65 overall. He is now the second highest commitment, only behind Jared Curtis on that Georgia commit list. So Chad Simmons, director of recruiting here at On 3. How did Georgia win it?
Relationships. It's that simple. Like I've been covering Justice for maybe year and a half, 2 years now, and spent some time with him in the spring down at St. Thomas Aquinas, just him and I after track practice. And we just sat there and talked. He talked about just relationships, where he felt best about going to, not even so much about development, but just being around the right people that want the right things for him. And then the second part of that, he told me, was where his family fits him and really them the best. And it goes that for me, since that moment, I've been painting the picture of this is going to come down to Miami, the school in his backyard, with Mario Cristobal, who at the time his brother Minkah Fitzpatrick played at Alabama. Mario was on that staff, and the family knows that head coach at Miami. And then Kirby Smart, who recruited Minkah Fitzpatrick to Alabama, coached him in the secondary, was a defensive coordinator, and is now the head coach at Georgia because of those connections and those relationships, the comfortability. Trust is everything for the Fitzpatrick family. Even Minkah went on some visits with Justice this spring to ask the hard questions to Kirby Smart, to Mario Cristobal. Is it the right fit for my brother? Was Minkah's in his mind, and they got all the questions answered. I talked to you. I was texting you all weekend about talking about Justice Fitzpatrick for this feature because I was hearing some buzz that Georgia made a pretty big move here in this race. Obviously, he committed a little bit sooner than I think many of us thought he would. But again, it goes back to relationships and trust with Kirby Smart and that staff at Georgia.
All right. As I said, number 5 ranked class in America, but the Dogs are not done. Chad, who's trending toward Georgia now?
No, as my buddy Rusty would say, a lot of meat still on that bone there at Georgia in Athens. And talking about guys specifically, on the OVs this past weekend, you have to start with elite tight end Caden Prothro. I mean, look, over the weekend, Georgia got some tough news that Mark Bowman goes to USC, will not take that official visit to Georgia on June 13th. With or without Bowman, Georgia wanted Caden Prothro in this class. And I think they have a very good shot to get him. He knows he is the priority at that position. He loves Coach Todd Hartley. You can ever really bet against Todd Hartley. The room he's put together and the tight ends he's produced at Georgia. I like Georgia's position there. Another in-state kid, Kamari Brooks, right there in the backyard at North Oconee. He's been to Georgia over 15 times, has connections to the program as well. Look, Alabama is in this for real with Brooks as well. He'll be in Tuscaloosa this weekend. To me, that's a huge visit for him in Alabama. Can they swing some momentum away from Georgia? Right now, I like where Georgia sits for Kamari Brooks. Staying in-state real quick, Craig Dandridge, in-state playmaker, wide receiver, Cambridge High School. Coley's put a lot of time into this recruitment, saw him in the spring. They had a great official visit over the weekend. He'll be at Georgia Tech this weekend. That's their biggest competition right now. I like Georgia's position for Craig Dandridge as well. Last one I'll touch on is a massive offensive lineman. We know Georgia loves those big bodies up front. Desmond Green from South Carolina, around 6'5", 350 pounds. Big kid that's high on Georgia's board. We like Georgia's position going into the OV. We like it even more coming out of the OV. South Carolina looks to be the biggest competition. He plans to take OVs, but right now, Georgia, like you said, the 5 right now, they'll likely end up higher than that, and I could see multiple guys I just mentioned in this class when all comes and said and done.
Yeah, more commitments are coming. Georgia fans, talk to us. Who do you think is going to be the next big commitment for the Dogs? Let us know. Comment section below.